Hey everyone, welcome back to Under Wraps. I'm your host Ricky, and today we have an exciting new video.
Hi everyone, I really hope that you all enjoyed that amazing intro. I'm Ricky, the host and creator of Under Wraps. Today we are going to be talking about sex. I am so excited to just talk about sex. And who else would be such a great person to do it with than my own bestie and sister, Miss Gabriela Childree, y'all. Ooh. Love this girl, y'all. I am beyond excited to begin this topic with this girl right here. Today we are going to be talking all about the tea, all about the life. So you know what? I have no coffee in hand and she has no coffee in hand. We about to go get that coffee and begin spilling the tea. See y'all in a second. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Under Wraps. So at this moment, we just finally got our cafecito con leche, and we are now going to move into the next segment, which is talking about sex. So my first topic today is that we're going to be talking with Miss Gabriela, right here, Miss Gabriela Childree,
Oh,
the
don't
queen
use my government
bee.
name.
The queen bee right here. And we're going to be talking about sex and the differences that...
I'm embarrassed.
Why?
Because there's so many people around.
So we're just going to get right into it, and we're just going to talk about what it's like to be sex positive and the differences that are seen between males and females, and just different things that just come along our magical imaginations and full of life and magic and wonder. So I kind of lost it, but
I just keep watching him. I'm waiting for him.
She's so distracted right now.
Yeah.
1 second. Today's topic is going to be about sex, and we're going to be spilling the tea, because it is so important that you all know that here at Under Wraps, we are all sex positive, and we believe that everyone should be treated equally, that love is love, fall in love with whoever your heart desires, have as much sex as possible. You know that we are all about being sex positive. Your life is your life, your body is your body. Just do whatever your heart desires, but most importantly, be safe, okay? I thought of only one person that would be so enthralled with this topic, when it's this queen right here. So without further ado, I want to say thank you so much again for joining me today, because I know this was being so random and spontaneous, and it is so great that you were able to come out today to share your experiences. So you want to share anything about yourself?
Yeah, so before we really dive in to this topic, Ricky comes from like a psychological standpoint of sex, and then I'm coming from the biological side. So although I don't have my degree yet, I graduate in December as an animal biologist, which I'm very excited about. And so I have learned a lot about reproductive health and science. It is literally why animals do what they do. Like, my whole good portion of my degree is literally about reproduction, and so I'm pretty confident when it comes to talking about sex. I don't really hide or shy away from anything. I have always been the friend that most people go to for just telling me about sex, which I love. I don't care, like, by all means, because I don't want anybody to ever feel uncomfortable about it. So yeah, so although I'm not an expert, I have a lot of knowledge about the subject.
Yes, and she spends a lot of her free time reading books as well on this
do.
subject as well. She loves
I just
reading.
ordered a book last night called How Sex Works, Why We Smell, Taste, Touch, and See the Way We Do.
And that's what I'm telling you. This is why she's here. She is a queen. Crown her right now, girl. Crown her right now. I'm telling you, I love this girl. Anyway, so to dive into the topic again, know that we love you all here so much. Please feel free to share your stories. Feel free to share whatever you'd like to the channel, to the profile, to the YouTube channel as well. Anything that your heart desires. So today's to delve into the topic, I believe that it was such an important topic to talk about sex positivity, because growing up was always so interesting. There was always these differentiations between men and women, and how men believed that, you know what? Let's start there. Where I grew up with a lot of toxic masculinity, and it is so interesting to delve into that topic. That a lot of men and people feel that women should act a certain way, be a certain way, and especially when it comes to the topic of sex, like women have to be so shy around the topic. Women couldn't express that they were sexual beings unless it was supposed to be this taboo topic and supposed to be like something that's so private. But people like Miss Gabriela and other friends of mine, we just delve right into the topic and we just talk about it, and they have taught me how important it is for women and men to both be able to talk about this subject and to be a part of it, and like that it's so important for women to explore their bodies, for men to explore their bodies, and to understand how important this topic is to everyone, to all of us. And not just about the reproductive part, but for the pleasure, for the experience, for all that stuff,
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of go off of that, fun fact, we as a species, humans, actually sleep the least amount of time but dream the most. So compared to other great apes. This actually ties into why we are who we are and why we're so smart as a species as a whole. And this also ties into why we find sex so pleasurable. We dream about it, we think about it all the time, and considering how much it's on our brain, why is it so taboo?
Yeah.
I don't understand why people are so scared to talk about it. It is literally what's on our brain all the time. Not all the time, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I think that kind of goes into what you were saying a little bit about how like we're so open. Why aren't other people though?
So open, yeah.
Cultural and social constructs.
It is such a very heavy topic, again, with toxic masculinity and the way that we grew up, or at least that I grew up as well, in the fact that like men have to act a certain way, be a certain way, and that women couldn't express their feelings, their emotions, and that it just drove me so insane to think that like you really have to think about this. Like if one gender thinks and speaks and acts a certain way, why couldn't the other, be a certain specific way? Like, think about it. Like, it just drove me nuts to think that, women are supposed to be domesticated and supposed to be, hold restraint and be a certain way, but why?
Yes.
Why?
Considering most animals besides ourselves are actually matriarchal. Why are humans patriarchal? No real reason, considering the fact that men can deposit sperm as many times as they like to whomever. Women are the ones who have to think about who they want inseminated. Or I'm going to speak on behalf of people with vulvas and vaginas, not necessarily women. But, I mean, it doesn't make any biological sense as to why people with penises would be more in charge on a biological standpoint. Considering the fact that we are the ones who kind of hold the token to reproduction. Yes, on average, they are larger and they do tend to have more body mass, but that doesn't really mean anything in terms of reproduction.
Of course, no.
So yeah.
And to think about
really...
like you are the ones that hold the offspring,
right?
And you have to just you go through gestation for 9 months, create. So how is it? So how does that work? How is it that you don't have a voice, but you're the one that has to hold the child? But that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, that's where toxic masculinity comes in. I think that a lot of times, and my culture, half of my culture, I should say, and Ricky's full culture is being Latino or Latinx. And so a lot of times in our culture, not speaking on behalf of other cultures, it is a big deal that the men runs the house for some odd reason, considering the fact, you know what, this is really controversial. I'm gonna get a lot of Latino boys coming at me right now, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It really doesn't. I mean, that is machismo, culture right there. I'm just gonna stop before I go any further.
No! And that's what I'm saying. It is so important. Like, it is so great.
And that's where my white side comes in and is like, oh, sorry. I'm gonna stop.
But it is so important to have that conversation, because it is so crazy to me how this is just so ongoing, and it is so normalized that, men can only think and be and do all these certain things, but then women have to just be domesticated. And I don't know why. To me, like, it just drives me insane. And I think it is so important to talk about, because again, women are the ones that have a clock, a time clock, like, you got to think about it. Like, biologically, they have a time clock. They only have a finite amount of eggs that they have to give, and then that's when it all stops. But for men, we can be 90 years old and we can still, produce sperm. It may not be like when we were 20 years old, but at the end of the day, you can still technically have kids. So that, to me, is why it's so interesting to me how that mentality comes in. And so, and I was thinking about this earlier, how in the terms of like primates, I know she could talk about this too, and lions, like the male lions, they just chill. They're like, I'm gonna just spend my day hours upon hours just sleeping, while who's the one that has to go hunting? The lionesses,
Yeah.
And it is so crazy to me, because you don't really talk about that,
But sorry to go back, the biological time clock is not just a women issue. It's also a male or anybody with a penis issue as well. Just because sperm, it sort of degenerates over time. So if you are older and you're trying to conceive, the chances of somebody or your offspring having autism or mental
challenges,
mental challenges or anything like that, it rises. So ultimately, yeah, you're right. Well, we only have a finite amount of eggs because we are born with the eggs that we were conceived with. So we only have so many, but your sperm doesn't get any better with time. So really, we're kind of at an equal side of, or we're equals when it comes to, how do you make a baby? What's it? Conceiving. How do you make a baby? We're trying to be like professional, but yeah, we're equals when it comes to conceiving in terms of like a healthy offspring or a healthy embryo. But yeah, but you're right. Lionesses are the ones who go hunting, and the males just kind of lay around. They don't do a whole lot. They get really loud when somebody comes by, but that's about it.
That's it.
That's like most men I know anyways.
Shots fired. No, but in all honesty, like, it is such an important topic. Like,
yeah,
really think about it for a moment. Like, really think about it for just a second. Like, how our world is shaped, and it's so patriarchal. Like,
yeah.
And it's so insane to me, because why is it that the world is run by men?
Well, so this is where I think anthropology comes in, and like psychology. A good majority of the world is based on religion that comes out of the Middle East. So, Muslim or Islam, Judaism, Christianity, Catholicism. These are patriarchal religions, and these are religions that favor men. If you look at the Bible, Adam supposedly gave a rib to Eve, saying, "You are woman." that is totally biologically incorrect. And so there is this notion of like holding men a little bit higher for religious reasons. And I think it translates into everyday life. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be Catholic, Christian. I'm not saying you shouldn't be Jewish or Islam or Muslim, but I'm saying it's good to question.
Yeah. In the end, you know, it is so important for everyone here to know that they are accepted, they are loved, you know, and that, you know, everybody should be treated as equal, and women and men should be both on the same scale, and that, you know, women, we love you, you know, that it's so important for you to be able to express your sexuality in many ways, you know. It's so important for you and everyone to have, you know, safe sex, obviously. But really just to remember that at the end of the day, you know, it's okay to have as many partners as your heart desires. Just, again, I'm going to reiterate, be safe about it. You know, there's a lot of STDs and just a lot that's been going on in the world right now. And just have fun. Right now in life, don't take things so serious. You know, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and it is so important for you to obviously stay safe and be careful during COVID, because obviously there's like, you know, meeting new people during this time is very challenging as it is and stuff. But really just do whatever your heart desires, you know, and at the end of the day, know that you are cared for, you are loved, we are here for you.
I looked up some questions that we can ask each other that are not super R-rated, but like enough to open up a sexual conversation that is healthy.
Yes.
So my first question for you is, what is your favorite body part?
Calves and back. That's kind of a tie.
I don't know, for some reason I thought you were going to talk about your own body, that you were going to point out like, I like my...
Oh, you're talking about me?
I don't think it really matters.
I love my eyes. I really like that my eyes are hazel. So, and they would, depending on like the like the light and everything and where I am. So if I'm closer to the ocean, they kind of turn a lot lighter compared to when I'm in a darker place. They turn like this. They turn a lot darker.
Yeah.
So that's what I like in me. I really like my calves too.
So you like your calves and you like their calves. You're like,
I love
we've got good calves.
I don't know why. I just really like calves. It's such a really great body part. Like, I feel like it's not like it shows that you work out, but I just feel like when you have muscular calves, it's just this like, wow. It's like, oh, okay. And when you have a very nice back, it's like something that, you know, it's like,
okay.
I was like, be careful. We gotta be praying for that.
Yeah. I, on myself, really like my lips. Oh, thank you.
She has some good lips. Yes.
Oh, thank you. I like my lips a lot. I like my hair. You can't see it because it's in a ponytail, but normally it's curly. Yeah, those are the two things that
Her hair is absolutely gorgeous.
Not right now. It's kind of damp.
It's so cute.
But yes, I like my hair and I like my lips. In another person, so I'm straight, so I like guys' thighs. I love big thighs on guys. I'm like, because guys, I feel like they don't wear short shorts. It's something that's very like, ooh, I don't want you to see my thighs. But as soon as I get to, I'm like, ooh, you're so vulnerable. Like, I really like guy thighs. That's my favorite body part. And beards.
Beards.
Yes.
And for me, it's tattoos, but that's
tattoos also. I mean, that's a bonus. But if you don't have them, I really encourage you to get them. I'm like, please, you should get a tattoo.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question is, do you think that you're a good kisser?
I don't know. I think I want to say yes, but I really don't know. Like, I haven't kissed somebody in so long. It's been too long. So I was like, it's been a while, so I'm gonna say I don't know. Yeah. What about you?
That's fair. I mean, I don't think I'm bad, but I don't think I'm necessarily amazing either.
So you're like, you're average?
I feel like I'm average.
Yeah.
I don't do anything crazy. I know I have definitely kissed bad kissers. Like, I can tell you that. Do not stick your tongue down my throat. Like, I've had that before, and I'm like, okay, so I know I'm not horrible, you know. Okay, the last person that I dated, I know that he got annoyed when I'd put on chapstick because I have this thing about my lips. I'm like, I do not want crusty lips. And almost every time we'd say hi and kiss each other, he'd always wipe his lips. And I always was embarrassed. So that's why I feel like I'm not the best, because I'm constantly wearing chapstick.
That's a good thing. You're moisturizing your lips.
He would always go, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
That's their problem.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. Where do you like to be touched the most?
I think it depends. Mostly on my love handles on my sides. I don't know. I think it just depends there or on my neck, but I really like them.
That's really cute. I love handles.
A bitch is thick, okay? A girl is
I get
thick.
it.
We thick.
I
We
get
is
it.
thick. We is THIQQ.
It's true.
Or should we say THIQUE? Because we thick. We thick. You know?
Yeah, it's true. It's trendy. I like it. I'm glad it's in, because I have a hard time losing weight, so I'm like, you might as well like what I got. Okay, so your love handles and your neck.
Yes.
Okay. I like the back of my thighs. And my back. Touch my back. You scratch it while you're there. No, not you. Like, no, not you. But yeah, just those two places. What turns you on almost instantly?
Ooh, music, but certain songs. But I think it's a look. I really think that there's like it's a look, but certain songs that I hear, and there's one song in mind, but I don't want to say what it is because
I was just about to ask, what is it?
You know the song, but they don't know the song. Just
continue. I have no idea what you're talking about. Is it Gravity?
Yeah!
Oh! Gravity by John Mayer plays right now.
Yes, that is the song. That is the tea. I am all about it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. I don't know what it is about that song, but
it's a good song.
It just has my spirit. It's just like, yeah, and then, yeah, okay, anyway. That's all I'm gonna say.
My biggest turn on is honestly like how the other person treats other people. Like if I'm on a public date with somebody and I don't know, somebody trips. If that person goes to help the person who trips, I'm instantly like swooned. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so nice. Like, and I kind of really like friendliness also. Like if your first date is a restaurant and your partner, the person you're on a date with, is super nice to the waiter or waitress, instant turn on. Like I don't know what it is, but I'm like, oh my God, they're so nice. I love them. That's my instant turn on.
Go ahead.
So Ricky, what has been your favorite moment from your sex life?
That's such a great question. My favorite moment. You start, because now I have to think about it.
I can think of two that were both like very memorable that I really enjoyed. How I lost my virginity was actually like great. I know that's not for everybody, but the person that I lost it with was amazing. Like such a great guy. Knew I loved the ocean. Let's just leave it at that. But made me feel good. Made me feel safe. Made me feel happy. And yeah. And then the second moment is cheesy, but one time, I'm still friends with this person, so I hope they don't see this. We like finished our date and then like made out in the rain, and ever since I was little, I've always wanted to kiss somebody in the rain because of the Hilary Duff song.
Oh yeah,
Let
complete.
the rain fall down. And she made out with a guy in the rain. Yeah. And I just remember when it was done, I was like, that was so beautiful. I don't speak to this person anymore. He'll comment on my stuff on Instagram sometimes. He's kind of creepy. He's too much. But that moment was great. He was a horrible kisser though. Sorry. He was
So if you're seeing this and you know.
He was like, he was bad.
I think my favorite moment, I think it is just the cuddling. I don't know. I think it's like the cuddling of it all. I think
That's
it's just so
really
interesting.
nice.
I think it's the cuddling and the sensation of like that someone knows that they care about you, and it's not just for the pleasure. It's just all about the caring part. Like, it's very caring and very loving, and that things are just not so one note, I guess. And it's just not like I'm here to care about you as a person. I think that's really what it's all about to me.
The last person I dated was super into it, and I loved it. I was like, oh, yeah, I love this. So I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
It is kind of a nice, like, it reassures you that everything's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's important. And cuddling is actually something when talking to a new partner you should be talking about also, because I know that there are women who need that when they're done and want that, and I'm sure men too.
Yes.
Because I have been with people where they just are like, okay, I'm done, bye, and I'm like, that's it. But I'm okay, bye, you know, like, so it's kind of important, to be honest.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's another question?
I think one question that I would have is, how do we practice self-care?
We're going there.
Not like self-care.
I was like, my sister watches this. Okay, yeah. Self-care is important, because if you're not doing self-care, how are you supposed to love the other person that you're having sex with?
Yeah. So how do you practice self-care for yourself? Not like sexual self-care, but just self-care in general. Like, I guess for me, I just have to take moments, and I have to take moments in my life to just enjoy, be near the ocean, relax, go on a hike, go on a swim, go do something for myself. And it's like having moments where I end up just going for a drive or going to get ice cream, which you all saw last time. I'm by myself, having my Psalm straw, relaxing in the car, going to the beach, going to a park, chilling.
Yeah.
And just really just having that self-reflection moment, because it is so important to have this moment where you just take a break, you put on a facial, you put on a movie, you relax, listen to music, just do something for yourself. And like, that's for me what I do. I mean, I like going on little walks, little hikes, going near the ocean, putting my feet in the water, hanging out with friends and family, and just, you know, having our coffee dates. And that's why we call this cafecito con leche, because it is such a great topic to just have some coffee in hand, which we drank already, but it is so great to have these moments, you know?
Yeah. My self-care is my skincare, actually. My self-care is investing in skincare.
Yeah.
I've been vocal about the fact that I have a skin condition, which I hate, but because I have it, I invest so much money in my face, because Lord knows I do not want anything on this face. It could be everywhere else, but not the face. So my self-care is like making sure my skin is A1, drinking lots of water, reading books. I read a lot, face masks, and watching Disney movies.
Oh, yes, love it.
Because, you know, like Ricky said, your self-care is so important, because if you're not happy, how are you supposed to translate a great sexual experience to somebody else? And that includes like anxiety, depression, any sort of mental instability that you may be experiencing at the moment. You know, like I get anxiety sometimes. I have to sit and breathe and be like, I'm gonna check out. I'm not gonna talk to any boys, because I'm more important at the moment.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important just to take care of yourself. So at the end of the day, we've said it here before, and a lot of people have said it in life: if you can't love yourself, how are you supposed to love somebody else? And it is so important to really just have these moments, have this break, have a moment to just take care of yourself, laugh by yourself, I don't know, dance in your underwear in your house, because you're just because you're just living your life. Like, it is so important.
Who is your celebrity crush?
Crap. Okay, well,
list a few, you know.
I really love William Levy.
Oh,
I love William Levy.
wow, I was not expecting that. I love that answer.
I love William Levy and Jay Hernandez.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know why. They're just older men. They're just so hot. And
They're just so hot.
shoot, what's his name? Look, you answer and then I'll look him up. I forgot his I forgot his first name.
Okay. I feel like I have a couple. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
I have like a range. I'm a big Chris Pratt person.
Chris Pratt, yes, absolutely love Chris Pratt. Ryan Reynolds too. Oh, love it. Okay, continue.
See, I'm not as into Ryan Reynolds, but I like Chris Pratt. I love. You know who I love? Waka Flocka.
Really? Yes.
I do. Waka Flocka. Just, I just like big guys, really. So like anybody huge who makes me feel and look small, I'm like, oh, I love you. I love Waka Flocka. I also love Jason Momoa, but he's kind of cliche. And also, who is Venom?
Oh.
That British actor. Tom Hardy, Chris Hemsworth, just big, rugged, bearded, long-haired guys. I just kind of want them to be large and aggressive, to be honest. Yes, Tom Hardy.
And the person that I was thinking is Morris Chestnut.
Who's that?
Morris Chestnut is
I don't know any of these people. Oh, really?
Yes, I love Morris Chestnut.
That's probably just a bad photo. You should have seen the photo he sent. He showed me.
I don't know. Morris Chestnut's a really great guy.
Not
okay, and then as far as women go, I really love Cardi B. Like, I genuinely think that she and I could get along so well.
Would you have sex with her?
I don't know. People ask me if I would have sex with Beyonce because I love Beyonce, but I don't think I could. Like, it's one of those, like, you hold them to a gold standard.
Yeah. If you could be totally selfish, what would a night of bliss look like to you?
A night of bliss.
It's a good question. You're in charge.
Of the date?
Money is finite.
Infinite or finite?
Infinite. I'm sorry.
I was like,
money is infinite. You can do whatever you want. What is a blissful night with your partner for you?
So like a perfect date.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Okay. The perfect date that I would think would be a really great, I don't know, like if money was no option. Like, I'm just someone who's very simple. Like, I'm someone that's very simple in terms of dates. Like, I think like a date to Red Robin, a date to, I don't know, talk about a date to certain places. Like, I'm a very chill person when it comes to those dates. But if I'm saying like fancy schmancy, like a date, like I would say the most important thing to me is that we're both comfortable and it's like a cute, like it's like a good food. Like I enjoy good food. Give me some salmon, give me some steak, give me some chicken, give me all that good stuff and we're gonna be all set. So I think that'd be really great if we could have like right now, like outdoor dinner. It's just, candlelit, because I love candlelit dinners. I think they're absolutely perfect. I think it'd be really nice to be outside somewhere, like near a beach, preferably, or near a fire, because I absolutely love fires. I love near being a fireplace. And I just think it's so important just to have, like, a fire, because if you didn't already know, I love the elements. I'm a fire element, so I always love being near fire. It's very calming for me. And so I really think that was something that's ideal for me on a date, if it's like a perfect date in my scenario. But I really would like to be having that good food and I don't know, and then having a really nice walk somewhere, getting ice cream, talking. I think the most important part for me is the talking part, the talking aspect, having an intellectual conversation, and just vibing off of each other and sharing your experiences and learning about who your partner is and learning about who they are as a person, because sometimes you don't know and you can't really guesstimate who they are as people. But to me, I think a perfect date overall is one, being in a really healthy environment, having fun and having a great conversation. That's the two things that I would say. So healthy environment and just having a very good conversation. That's the two things that I would say would be important for me. What about you?
My perfect night is in Australia. It's not even here. It's in Australia. And I've always kind of dreamt of like sleeping in one of those like those glass fronted homes that overlook the ocean, and just a huge bed with like a really nice white comforter. Yeah, probably some pizza and wine. That's fine. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Candles are cool. I like candles.
Yeah.
I just, more than anything, I just want to wake up to a sunset or a sunrise.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Oh,
I want to wake up to a
sunset.
sunrise, just like with the person next to me. Like, oh my gosh, you're adorable. I love you. But I want it to be somebody that I love. Like, I don't want it to be just any old random.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
I don't know. Keep it simple. Ocean, big bed, wine, pizza, and a really big aggressive man.
Yes, very true.
I think, though, one thing that I'd like to note is, like, before we get back to the room, have a nice dinner, because as I've described, I typically date people who work construction, who work with their hands. I just find that very aggressive. I like masculine men. So I want to see him in a suit or like a really nice outfit, because I don't get to see guys in that kind of outfit very often. They're literally in work boots and some, Carhartt t-shirt, which I find very attractive, don't get me wrong. But like once in a while, it's nice to like smell good and look nice. So, yeah. And that's a turn on when you smell good. Oh, hygiene. Oh, smell good, please.
Cologne and all.
Oh, cologne. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be cologne. Like, literally just wear like nice deodorant. Like, and then I'll be happy. Just don't smell, really.
And she likes them real thick.
So
if you a thick one that you listening to this, DM her.
Yeah, because I'm
her.
I'm recently single, so.
And she is ready to mingle. MINGLE. She is ready to mingle. I am telling you. We gonna put her Instagram and things in that description box if you ready to take on a challenge, and a beautiful challenge at that. So, we gonna do that.
Way to sell me. She's a challenge. Like,
but in a good way. Like,
yeah,
she's amazing. Like, this girl right here is amazing. If you have the chance to meet her, you're gonna be amazed, because she will be there. She is loyal. She is loving. She is so interesting. I like. This is my woman. Okay. Like, if I was straight. And we had similarities, because one thing you have to know is that she is a morning owl. She is a morning person, and I'm a night owl.
I'm a morning owl.
I'm a night owl. She's a morning person. Okay, but at the end of the day, that is like, it's such great things to know about her. So if you want to get to know her, please click on that description down below and get to know this woman. DM her. She's gorgeous. She's amazing. She's everything. God, if I could just spray glitter right now.
Also, to plug, I have a blog, which
follow her blog.
I've had it for 3 years now. It's my little secret, but I'm trying to be a little bit more public with it, because I'm kind of proud of it now. But yeah,
I'll always be proud of your blog.
I'll be dropping my Disneyland bag essential blog very soon, so look out for that.
Yes,
it'll probably be out by the time this comes out. So
okay. So now we have the last question, which I was just thinking about, and I thought it'd be such a great answer, such a good question to end on for today, which is, what is your ideal partner, characteristic-wise and all that?
I feel like I already kind of described it, but aside from physical attributes, like being very tall, and I like thick guys, I like guys who work with their hands and stuff, but aside from that, I really like somebody who's got their shit together. I'm not your mom. I'm not your therapist. I'm your partner. So I would rather somebody have a passion and is striving for it, or some sort of stability. Also, I really like guys who are not afraid to cry. That may sound weird, but I feel like, as we were talking about earlier with machismo culture and stuff, I oddly find it very attractive when you find a man who's 6'4" bawling. Like, because it just shows that you have a heart, and it shows that you don't care. And I find that very attractive. I also find guys who are silly to be my favorite. If you can watch Will Ferrell and Seth Rogen movies with me and then quote them later, I'm done. Pants are gone. I love you. No, but I don't like people who take themselves so seriously. Like, for what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about being silly and just having fun. Like, I agree with that. Yeah.
How about you? What are your what do you want in a partner?
God, I think it's so important also for for the person to have a lot of aspiration in their life, like, you don't have to have degrees, you don't have to be,
No.
you know, college educated and all that, but I think it's so important to have aspirations in life.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you aspire and you want to continue to grow in your fields or whatever it is that you're doing, like, as long as, you know, it blossoms into something that you're happy with, because success matters to everyone so differently. Because I'm a very busy person. I'm in the middle of creating a company, and if you're busy and I'm busy, like, I think that, you know, having that time to create something that's for you and to have time to create something for me and stuff, and that we can blend our lives together, I think that is so vital. You know, and we're busy people, and it's great to have the blend of piece of someone that both people that are busy, but they strive to better each other. Like, I think that to me is what is so important for me, is that people understand that your life is your life, and that when it comes to being in a relationship, it's two people coming together. But you have your life and I have mine, and at the end of the day, we're just coming together to better each other.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think for me, the most important characteristic is, I guess, aspiration. I really like guys that are tall, but I'm 6 foot, so not a lot of people in the world are a little over 6 foot, which is totally fine. I do tend to like older guys. So if you're anywhere between 25 and your mid 30s, hit a boy up, hit a man up, hit a person up, you know. But it's so important that, you know, we just have these conversations. And at the end of the day, I think, again, it's all about having fun for me, having aspirations, and if you're tall, plus, and if you speak another language, awesome. One thing you have to know is I love languages, okay? I absolutely love languages. When I grew up, I was in this melting pot of all these languages, which is why I learned multiple languages, and why I continue to want to learn multiple languages. So, you know, being non-biased and just being biased, I have to say I like Latino men, but I'm open to anything, you know, at this point in my life. And again, I'll be moving soon, so hopefully Los Angeles has some very, very good looking people and very good looking men and individuals. I know I'm ready to explore and start the new chapter in my life. Unfortunately, that means that I have to take a pause here with my life here in San Francisco, but at the end of the day, I'm so excited and I'm so ready to take on that challenge and to see what life's gonna bring me. So if you're a man and you are ready to start a new life and to have fun and to have somebody that's gonna bring you some crazy energy, that's me. So my individual social media platforms will be in the description as well, but again, this lovely lady, her bio will also be in the description below, along with her blog, if you also want to check that out, which I suggest that you do, because it is absolutely spectacular. She spends so much time all the time on these blogs, and she's aspiring and she's amazing, and one day I know that she's gonna blossom in her field, and you are all gonna hear the name Gabriela Childree amazingly as her work gets published and she creates who knows what it is which that she's going to do, because she's going to create millions of things. I'm just telling you what, she's going to come with her next cologne. She's going to go like and then be like, oh, that's just Gabriela Childree.
So like I said, I have a blog coming out this week. 2 weeks ago I wrote about animal responsible ecotourism. My blog is primarily about traveling, because I do like to travel. So if you want to read, totally do it. If you don't, just check out the Instagram and like it or follow it. If not, move on over. I don't really care.
Yes, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, of course.
This was so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
I love talking about sex.
It is such a great topic, and she'll be back in the future. And this phase will always be a part of Under Wraps. I'm telling you, we love her, and it's just so great. And if you don't recognize her, she was in one of the previous videos of Disney vlogs.
I was the girl whose pants ripped.
Yes, this was a girl. How are your pants?
I threw them out.
Oh, you know what? They were special. They were in the video and they were great. So at the end of the day, it was such a great video and it was so funny, and I can't wait for everyone to see this, because again, at the end of the day, Sorry, there was a B. At the end of the day, it is such a great topic to talk about, and it's so controversial, of course, because it's a very taboo topic. But at the end of the day, I think it's so important for us to talk about sexuality, and its finest. So thank you again, love.
You're welcome.
And it was great, and I love you so much.
Oh no, we're doing a hug. Okay.
I know, surprise hugs to everybody. But I really love you all. So if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to what? Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to be notified about the next time that I post, don't forget to hit that notification bell down below. Love you all so much. I will see you all very soon. Thank you so much again. I'll show you all a lot of these bloopers that came out to be right now. So without further ado, these are the bloopers.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Under Wraps. My name is Ricky. I'm your host, and today we're gonna bring you a super exciting podcast. Why did I say podcast? Sorry. Hey everyone, welcome back to Under Wraps. My name is Ricky, and I'm gonna redo that really quick. I feel like I keep messing up. You could just put this in the end credits. Hey everyone, welcome back to Under Wraps. My name is Ricardo Alfredo Padilla Sanchez, and today on Under Wraps you're gonna get a new episode, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, my name is Ricky, and today on Under Wraps you're gonna get a super exciting episode, so stay tuned and have, what am I saying? I'm just rambling now. Guys, there's a very attractive man down on the beach. I don't know if you can see him, but he's bearded and he has long hair and lots of tattoos and surfs. My name's Gabriela, if you are interested.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Oh, there. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Under Wraps. Today I am joined again by Miss Gabriela Childree, which we are going. Did I say Gabriela Childree?
You just said my middle name.
I didn't even say that. Okay.